Hello and welcome to Potg the Geeks. You join us for an unboxing video where we're unboxing Armada. It's been a while.
It has actually.
It's been a little while. But this is the Wave 2 stuff. It's just come out in the good old UK. I don't know if it's been out in other places sooner, but we've just managed to get hold of it. Here it is, Armada. And this one is the Rogues and Villains expansion pack.
Ooh.
So this one contains... Yeah, you can see there, Little Millennium Falcon, Slave 1, we've got Dengar ship, we've got IG-88 ship, we've got Houndstooth, which is...
Bosk!
Okay. We've got the Outrider, and I think that's Kataran ship. I can't remember which one that is, we'll find out when we open it.
Bosk.
Okay. More Bosk. Fair enough. We better get it open before Claire rips it open.
Bosk.
So, this is the first of the videos we're doing for the second wave of Armada.
Yeah.
We've got one of everything, so if you want to see one of the others, these videos will be going up soon after this. But let's get this one open. And I'll give the scissors to Claire. She's a professional scissor user.
I'm the designated scissor user, am I?
Yeah, I lack the skill with the scissors that you have.
And I lack the skill with the knife like you have.
That sounds very strange when you say it like that. People will be afraid now.
Help!
Cool.
Should open, hopefully.
Fingers crossed. So there we go. You said it should open, right?
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
Oof, closed again. So we have pretty standard stuff. Here's all the card components. Here are the cards themselves. And here are the little ships. Let's start them.
So excited to get them open.
So there we go. That's Dengar's ship.
Bosk!
Yeah, right. Actually a bit bigger than I thought they were going to be.
Yeah, they're pretty cool actually.
Which means you can actually see them. Obviously they're not to scale.
Oh, Slave 1's awesome.
But they're cool, isn't it? Then we've got this one. I can't remember which one that is. I'm going to have to look it up. The Pop ship. And last, because it's such an into everything, the Falcon.
Oh, cool. That's bigger than what I thought it would be.
I thought they'd be smaller than that, but that's cool because they're about... No, they're probably not to scale with the fighters and stuff, but they kind of look to scale. But none of the ships in Armada are actually to scale.
Nah.
Otherwise the Star Destroyer would be absolutely huge.
It'd fill our living room probably.
But it would. So we've got the...
You have the cards here.
Cards there. And we have the good old dials. So if you've not seen these before, they just punch out dials. Just go on these. And then we have these little activation between activated and which changes each turn. And then we've got the other stuff on there. So we shall put them on off camera because we've shown them before in previous videos. They only go together like the fighters, apart from you've only got one ship basically, as opposed to like is it about there's three, isn't there, on each one?
Yeah, 3 on each peg, isn't
So you have one like Falcon on one peg there, which will then go on that, I presume.
And then
onto
that. Yeah.
So we shall do that off camera because there's no real point in showing you that on camera. So now let's have a look at the cards. I shall go through them now, and then we can have a look at the ships all together at the end. Okay, so let's have a look at the cards. I'm going to just take these in order as they came out. So first, we have the YT 1300. See that it's quite slow. We've got 2. It's got 7 hit points there, and we have anti-squadron 3, anti-ship 1 blue. So not that great at shooting at ships, really. It's alright against in squadrons. We've got counter 1. After a squadron performs a non-counter attack against you, you may attack that squadron with an anti-squadron armament of 1 blue dice, even if you were destroyed. This counter, as always, is a cool little ability. And we've also got escort. Squadrons you're engaged with cannot attack squadrons that lack the escort unless they're performing a counter attack. So it'd be good for escorting bombers, basically, again. It's got a cool ship, good vibe going on. But what we really want to see is not the YT, we want to see the Millennium Falcon. So that one's next. So here is Han Solo piloting the Millennium Falcon. So you can already see he's quicker. He gets black dice in there as well, and he's got an extra black dice against ships. So that's pretty cool. At the start of the ship phase you may activate as if you were activated by the fleet command. And then you've got Grit. You are not prevented from moving while you're engaged by only 1 squadron. And Rogue. You can move and attack during the squadron phase. All very cool. At the bottom we've got 2 brace defense tokens as well. So overall a much better use, but it does cost twice the points. They've got 26 points, whereas the YT, bring it back, so I've got to say, is 13 points. So double the cost, but a lot more useful, I would say. I think it's worth double the cost. I think I'd rather have 1 Han Solo than 2 YTs, to be fair. So let's move on to the YT 2400. One of my favourite ships in general. A lot faster than previously, not as good hull points. 4 anti-squadron dice, one against ships, that's black dice. And Rogue, you can move and attack during the same squadron phase. 16 points. I think that's a better option than the basic YT, unless you're using it to escort things. I think overall that's better, but there's an upgrade for this as well, which comes in the form of Dash Ringer, who actually looks a lot more like Mad Max there than Dash. In fact, he looks just like Mel Gibson's Mad Max for some reason, which is just cool. So there we go. So he is the same speed for 6 there, same dice, exactly the same. He has a rogue ability just the same. While attacking, you may reroll 1 dice for each enemy ship, enemy squadron or enemy ship at distance 1, which is useful. And we have Bomber. While attacking, each ship with critical icons adds 1 damage to the damage total, and you can resolve a critical effect, which is cool. And he also has 2 brace icons for 24 points, 2 points less than the Millennium Falcon. I like that one as well. I'm sure Claire will be using that against me. Next we have the HWK 290. Claire's throwing things at me.
I'm trying to get this sorted, sorry.
Thanks.
Sorry.
We have movement of 3 for hull points, and we have 2 squadron dice, 1 blue attack dice against ships, so counter 2, that's alright. After squadron performs a non-counter attack against you, you may attack that squadron with anti-squadron armament of 2 blue dice, even if you're destroyed. And intel. While an enemy squadron is at distance 1, it is heavy. That's quite useful. 12 points, quite cheap. But there's also a character version of that. This is Janos. See, I thought it was going to be Calcataran. I was wrong. This is Moldy Crow. And movement of 3 and 4 for the hull, same again. An extra dice in anti-squadrons and a black dice instead of a blue dice in the anti-ship. While friendly squadrons at distance 1 to 2 it is defending, you can spend your defense tokens. It also has counter 2 and intel, same as before, but it also comes with 2 brace defense orders there for 19 points. Which is a 7-point upgrade and probably well worth it, to be fair. So the last of the Rebel aligned ones, which are basically, there we have the Skurg H6 Bomber. Movement 3, 6 hull points, 2 blue dice, and then against ships a blue and a black dice. It is a bomber while attacking a ship. Each of your critical icons has 1 damage to the damage total, and you can resolve a critical effect. Also has grit, which is the same as before, and heavy. You do not prevent engaged squadrons from attacking ships or moving. Coming in at 16 points. It's not a bad bomber. It's not bad at all. But there is a character upgrade again. And this comes in the form of Nim. There he is in the Havoc. So he gets a blue critical. If the defender ship, you may choose and discard one of the defense tokens. He also has bomber. While attacking ship, which is the same as bomber before, and grit. And he loses the heavy, obviously, ability there, and gains 2 braces for 21 points. So there we go. So I'm going to have a good play test. Well, Claire's going to have a good play test for them. I'm going to have a good play test for the next ones. We'll find out which ones we like the most. But just like Claire will be using those against me, I get to use Bosk against her.
Aww.
But let's start with the fire spray for the Empire. Fire spray 31, which is 3/6, 3 anti-squadron, and 2 anti-ship, all blue. It's a bomber, and it's a rogue. Comes in at 18 points. That's not bad actually. It's pretty cool. But obviously there's an upgrade for that, and we all know which one that is. One of the most iconic ships, Slave One, and Boba Fett. So the ship stats are slightly better, having an extra blue dice in the anti-squadron and having a black dice in the anti-ship. When you activate, choose one enemy ship or squadron at distance 1. That ship or squadron suffers 1 damage, just because. Which is really cool. And then bomber again and rogue again. 2 brace and 26 points, coming in at the same cost as the Millennium Falcon. So obviously we want to see these two fight off against each other at some point.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That's the way to go with that. That's cool, just you take 1 damage because I say you do. I like that. Next we have the YV666. That comes in at slow speed of 2, hull of 7, so quite high. The anti-squadron dice, 2 blue, 2 black, and ship dice, 1 blue. Got grit, heavy and rogue, coming in at 15 points. The upgrade to that, obviously, Claire's favourite bounty hunter.
Bosk!
In the Hound's Tooth. Still surprised you've not bought this yet for her X-Wing.
Yeah.
A better movement of 3, hull's the same at 7, all black dice in anti-squadron, so tougher. While attacking, if you have 6 or fewer hull points remaining, you may add 1 blue die to the accuracy icon in your attack pool. Cool. He's got grit and he's got rogue. He comes with a brace order, coming at 23 points. That's not a bad one actually. It's pretty damaging against squadrons. There we go, cool. Next up we have one of my favourite, coming up in a second, but first is the normal one, the Aggressor Assault Fighter. That's moving to 3, hull 5, 4 against fighters, and a black against ship, counter 1, and rogue coming in at 16 points. See that? And obviously, good old Iggy Pop, IG-88, IG-2000, variant of the ship. We have a movement of 5, so much faster than the basic one. Hull's the same, damage dice are all the same. And it says you can ignore escort and counter keywords on enemy squadrons. Sweet.
Nice.
So you go in for the kill and you get it. And then you ignore any come back at you. So much for those A-wings there.
Yeah.
Counter 2. He's got counter himself, which is awesome. And rogue. You can move and attack during the assault squadron phase, and of course, there we go at the bottom. Which one's that? I forgot. Silly me.
Is that scatter dice?
Scatter dice. It's just scatter.
Scatter.
Scatter. Yeah, my favourite. I forgot what it was called
Yeah.
then. It's went from my mind entirely. Scatter, where you ignore all damage. Brilliant. 21 points. He's in my fleet now. As of this moment, Iggy Pop's in there. And the last ship, we have the Jumpmaster 5000. Do you think it looks a bit like a toilet?
Toilet seat maybe.
Toilet seat.
Yeah.
Robot chicken reference. We have movement of 4, defense of 4. 2 attack dice there against squadrons, 1 against ships. Intel and Swarm while attacking a squadron engaged with another squadron, you may add 1 dice. Pretty much an opportunist. And that's coming in at 12 points. Pretty cheap. A bit meh, in my opinion. But obviously, we've got the upgrade for that, who is good old Dengar. With his toilet roll themed appearance. The punishing one. So the movement is the same as is the hull. An extra dice into the anti-squadron and a black dice instead of a blue dice for anti-ship. While another friendly squadron is at distance 1 to 2, it is counter 1 or increases its counter value by 1. That's pretty useful. Intel again and Swarm. Actually, I quite like him because he can buff up other ones, and he also has Scatter and Brace only for 20 points. So maybe a combination of Iggy and him, because Iggy's got counter, so I'd take Iggy Pop's counter up to 3.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty bad. But he's actually, they're all pretty expensive, all coming in at the same or more price than a squadron.
Yeah. So it's...
So you're replacing squadrons for a single ship, but it doesn't really matter because they've all got pretty high hulls, and I definitely want to see some of these guys in combat now.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see them.
I have a few favourites. I'm sure Claire does.
Yes.
Yes. So there we go. But let's have a look at the completed ships. So there we go. The ships on the stands, all finished. There's obviously the Outrider. It's probably my personal favourite. That and the Millennium Falcon. Classic. Obviously the Millennium Falcon with the round dish, not the square dish.
Yep.
There we go. That's the Hawk. HWK. And Nim's there. So those are the Rebels. And now we have a look at the Empire. There we go. So, Slave 1. You said it is cool actually.
It's actually...
Even in tiny form.
Yeah.
Still awesome. We have the Hound's Tooth. Iggy Pop. And Dengar. I can see previously used to them all, to be fair. My personal favourite is probably the Fire Spray though. But I like Iggy Pop too. Bosk. Your Bosk is your favourite.
Yeah.
So there you go. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. It's a quick one because it's just the ships, but we're doing each of the new releases, so stay tuned for the next one. The next one up will be one of the Rebel ships. I think it's the, is it the MC-30 or something, is it?
I think so. Let me just check. Yes, it will be.
The MC-30 frigate, or 30C frigate. So that's the one that's coming up next, so stay tuned for that. Please like and subscribe for more, it helps out loads, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.
See you soon.
Bye for now.
Bye.